Are live right now. I'm hoping.
Perfect. Let's see.
So, hello to everybody who's watching.
Hello.
We're gonna be giving a few minutes, I think, because I'm not sure if everybody found their way in or if we're still sharing the link around and it's finding its way to all the viewers. But we're finally here in the inspiring session, the second inspiring session that we're doing. Last session we had a bit of like some technical issues that happened, which is good because we're also learning about this. So to say thank you to everybody who was with us and enjoyed the workshop turn Q&A that we did. We're going to be sharing some freebies and things at the very end of the session. So you have to stay tuned till the very end to get them. And without further ado, we're super happy again to be hosting these inspiring sessions. Just to remind everybody that these sessions are the way that we have of bringing the community closer, where we're sharing the ideas, tools, and stories from people who are really making things happen with AI. And so I'm super happy to introduce a creator who's been part of the Freepik AI Partners program since the very beginning, if I'm not mistaken. Eric Palazzolo, also known as MetricsMule, which is an AI enthusiast that reaches audiences who are super interested in utilizing the power of AI in the daily lives and to improve creations, productivity, design, and I think that overall general growth. No, and you're reaching a wide audience primarily through your YouTube channel, but you also have like monthly newsletters, coaching, consultations, and your website. And whether if it's going to be sharing your favorite prompts, AI tools on demonstrating super powerful tips, Eric's passion actually is like to help others learn about AI. And I think that before building MetricsMule, you own two other businesses, with some of them growing like over 10x and doubling every year for like 5 years, which is like an amazing metric. And this was all done with creative marketing, SEO, powerful presentations, and like one-on-one conversations. And so now with AI, it's super easy. And I think that it's fair to say that your goal is to help others improve their creativity, productivity, and overall growth by introducing them to the best AI tools. So I think that's a very good presentation. Very good. I think I hope that I did a very good portrayal of yourself. And also today you're going to be introducing us to the secrets of Freepik, which is super exciting. So without further ado, the mic is all yours, Eric.
Appreciate that. Yeah, well said. Appreciate that. So just making sure, so you can hear me this time, right? Hear and see me? Okay. Yeah. But one of the things I love about Freepik is like way before the AI suite even came out, I was using it nonstop for every other awesome thing that they have, like from stock images to like the PSD or Photoshop templates and so many things that it does. And I think because it's such a true all-in-one suite. So definitely an all-in-one AI suite, but it's so much more than that. So there's so many things that like I feel people may not realize are available solely because it offers so many awesome things. So one thing I always do like to share for people, even if you're starting out or even if you've been using Freepik for a while, is this link right here. And you might already have it, but it's just simply their whole AI suite on one page. So you can just quickly see everything that you can do. And so like a few like hidden things that I discovered not too long ago, honestly, is like the AI icon generator, so helpful. Background generator, and of course all of like the editing tools that you have, and some other ones especially are like the generating music or AI music and generating like the sound effects. So very helpful resources. And speaking of, there's one resource as well, that this is a link that when I have like my consulting calls with people, a lot of people who are new to Freepik don't realize that they have this page right here. And so it basically is like a nice simplified template for like prompt AI image generation. So for an example, at the top, we have all these options like photorealistic, cyberpunk, etc. But as you scroll down, there's more subcategories right here that I'm clicking. So based on any subcategory or main category that you select up here at the top, you're going to get these very helpful templates over here on the right-hand side, to where if you want like a character and scene and go back to photorealistic, all you have to do is simply just fill in the blank spots with your own subject. And it's going to help you have a great starting point, especially if you're new to prompting or you need some more help. I would highly recommend using these tools here because it's a great starting point to really get yourself used to learning how to prompt. Because I know with AI, everything's going so quick, going so fast with so many things coming out. It's very easy to like get overwhelmed or feel overwhelmed with that. So those are two links I highly recommend going back to time and time again. And speaking of like helpful tools, one thing I'll mention as well is I'll be going through a prompts database today, which I did make one, and it's free for anybody who joins. And Sophia will have more details later towards the end on how you can access it. But we'll be going back and forth through this database here when we're testing out images and videos. And since last week, since we had some technical difficulties, I have added a few hundred other prompts. And so if you're kind of new to using a database like this, I'll just quickly walk through how to use it, and then we'll go right into Freepik. But we're going to use a lot of these tips in this database today. So I'll start with up at the very top, we're going to have the tabs. So think of this as like an Excel spreadsheet or like a Google Sheets where, and in my opinion, it's going to be 10 times better. But here are the tabs at the top, which are going to be the categories. So right now I'm in prompts. If I go over to the unique keywords, prompt generators, AKA prompts that generate prompts, we have cameras and lenses, and it operates the same exact way for specific categories. Now, if I come over here and I select in the top left-hand corner views, I can change the views up to where right now I'm in this gallery view, but on the left-hand side, I can go back to a grid view and I could see specific prompts and images any way that you're used to seeing it. I like the visual aspect, so I love to look at the gallery view, but then you could break it down even further by using filters. And say, for an example, I want to just see only animated video game style prompts. You could do easy filtering up here at the top. So that way it allows you to quickly find a very specific prompt that you want to use. And my favorite thing about this is that you're going to be able to see. So in order to open this, all you have to do is basically you can click on the actual cell. And if you're in the grid view, you can click on these two little arrows. But the thing about this one is that it's going to also provide the prompt that was used and then the mode in Freepik. So you could see Mystic 2.5, Flexible, Flux, and as you scroll down, it's going to really help you. If you want an image that's going to look like this one, use this prompt, use this mode or model, and then you should get an image that's going to look comparable to something like this. So very, very helpful depending upon what sort of prompt you're looking for. But there are a few hidden gems in Freepik, and that's going to boil down to like using some very specific keywords. So for an example, if I go into a prompt generator, which let me go to Freepik very quickly, and I'll show you a few examples. If I go to what's called a prompt generator, which I'm in prompt generators right now, and for this video, since there's so many prompts, there's a tab that's specifically called Discord session. So the prompts we're specifically going to take a look at today and these little tips. If I move too fast, this tab called Discord session lists everything in sequential order of when it was demoed in this live stream. So the first one I want to share is going to be a prompt generator right here. So what you want to do is go ahead and copy a prompt generator. Now, a prompt generator, like I said, is a prompt that generates prompts, making it very easy for people who need prompts but really don't know how to, or they want some very unique keywords. And the thing you'll discover about those keywords specifically is if I go and I show you one, I'm gonna type in right now. Very simple. And I know Freepik has shared a prompt like this on X before, but if you use a very, very simple unique keyword, exactly like this right here, where you have that IMG underscore, and you can type in any number. This 2985 is fictional. You can just say 1111, and then that dot HEIC. Just that alone, we'll try it right away in Freepik. You're gonna get just some complete random image, but the magical thing about this is that it is just so realistic. So if I just do this again, I'll copy this one and I'll do another one as well. And I go into Freepik. I'm gonna just type this in for now. no subject. I'm gonna go with Mystic Real 2.5 Realism. I love this one for realistic images. I'll do 4 just so we can get a good variety. I'll first do it with no subject, but then I'll do it again, and I'll just use the same numbers, and then you can put in any specific subject, like after the colon. Like I can just do supercar or mountains, scenic mountains, to really bring out some realism. Then it will do the same thing with that realism, but now you added a specific subject. So while those are generating, I'll go back to another example. That another one is this sort of a keyword like this as well. Same type of scenario, img underscore 9854.cr2. And you're going to get some very, very good looking realistic images like that. So what I basically did was, okay, all these little cool tricks like this, there has to be many more that I don't know about. Now, when it comes to your images, a lot of times, specifically mentioning a camera, a lens, has a big impact, or even a professional photographer. So like if you use a photographer's name, or like a specific camera, like one of my key favorites is this one right here, utilizing this, I think that this is a lens. The images are just fascinating. Then when you upscale it in Freepik, they look 10 times better. So what I decided to do was, let's test some of these out. So it looks like we have these examples already done. Now this first one, remember, there was no subject. It was just this unique keyword, but it's very rare do I see images that really look this realistic. Now, again, no keyword, but like that one right there, where it has sort of like that macro back bokeh effect, and it has the sun glimmering with the kind of a dissolved or blurriness, really brings out the subject. And I've just been fascinated. But then taking it to a whole new level where I added like scenic mountains afterwards, you could see again, it's just breathtakingly realistic, in my opinion, on how these images or these prompts turn out. So what I did was I said, okay, there has to be many more things like this that we can use in Freepik, where in my opinion, Freepik is #1 for image realism. So what I did was I said, okay, let's figure out a way to come up with a prompt generator that we're about to use right now, copy the whole thing like this. And I basically said, let's tell an LLM like ChatGPT, which you have to use anytime you use a prompt generator, you first have to use an LLM. You can't put a prompt generator into the prompt box in Freepik. I mean, you can, but it's not going to do what you want. So you first have to paste it in to like a ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you want to use, like this. After you do, you can just sit back. And what this is about to do, it's basically instructing it to say, listen, these are some hidden little tips and tricks, you know, and take some of these, dive in, and give me even more. So instantly it says you're about to unlock the vault, and you could see right away what we're going to get with this prompt. Now, again, I'm not a professional photographer, and complete honesty, I don't even know what half these mean. But now we're going to be able to take comparable images like this, you know, very impressive. But now you can really take things to a whole new level, because now we have a lot more of these little secret things that we can use. Now, one I really like, I have used this before, this DSC, and it's going to be a Nikon camera, but it's going to be the raw metadata. And it gives you exactly what sort of an image you should, you know, expect. And as you continue to scroll, it just gets better and better. So much information that you can use, and very like random ones I would have never thought about. Like I did one the other day, and the more and more you paste this prompt into any LLM or a new chat, you're going to get different results. So you could basically do this like 5 times and get like different results every single time, and basically end up with an infinite amount of keywords and little gems. So let's see here. So as we scroll down, you can see some more. Now, let's test one of these out in Freepik, and we're going to go with, let's see if we can get this one right here. We'll do this one for Canon. So I'm going to copy this little keyword right here. We'll come back over here again, paste that portion in. Let's first just generate it with no subject, and then generate it with a subject this time. Now, Speaking of subjects, there is one prompt that I always like to start with when I create images, which then I like to lead into creating a video, which then ultimately the end goal would be a good realistic lip sync video, all done in Freepik. So when you combine a few of these things, like this little secret keyword, a keyword like that, then I go back to one of my favorite prompts. Personally, if you use some sort of a variation of this sort of a keyword or a prompt, top fashion model for specific people, and then you say like fashion magazine cover photo shoot, and then editorial style, that's one version of it. And then we also have another version of it. Let's see, here's another one right here. And again, all done in Freepik. But again, you could see how these are going to be realistic, number one, but these are going to be perfect for generating lip sync videos as the end goal. So I'll also go ahead and copy this one in, and we'll test this one out in real time. So as we come back over here, let's take a look at what we just got generated with this secret keyword. And again, we didn't use subjects on this one either, but the randomness, like from one image to the next, the level of detail, like even this building, something so simple, but then we have like the glares. You know, if I was going to come up with a prompt off the top of my head, I could come up with it, but not as quick and maybe not as good as this, especially with like the sun bleeding in through the leaves. So again, that's where these things can be so helpful, when you can just reiterate back to those certain keywords. Now, with the same prompt, we're now going to go ahead and paste in this one. So this prompt right here, I love to start, because if you're going to make a lip sync video in Freepik, it's going to be helpful for a few things. First of all, it's going to do a better job when a really very close-up shot, for some reason, doesn't do as good of a job if the subject's a little further back. And then I also know that a lot of people sometimes struggle, myself included, in getting full body shots. And there's a couple tricks you can do to almost guarantee that. But let's first try this strategy using that same keyword up here, but now with this prompt right here. We'll generate this one. While that's thinking though, I do want to share that in order to get a full body shot, here is a tip right here. Okay, so you can see these models here. And in order to get a full body shot like this, a few things you want to do strategically, where in the front of the prompt, the first 5 words are going to carry the most weight historically. So if you're having a hard time getting a full body shot, in the beginning, I would say full body shot, comma, then your subject. But then there's 2 other things that could force the AI to create a full body shot. Number one, if you're using an aspect ratio of 16:9, the chances are a little bit lessened. It's going to focus more on the wider. If you do aspect ratio that is going to be vertical, like a social story, start off with that one. But here's the thing, and this is why this is so great about Freepik, because I could generate an image. Okay, I'll do it in 9:16 right now with the same prompt that we just got the results for. And the great thing about Freepik is do it in the 9:16 to get the full body shot. And I should have added that prompt to get the full body shot. I'll go ahead and copy this one to show you. It'll give me the full body shot. So do it in that 9:16, and I'll just remove this one and do it one more time, because it's going to force it to now kind of cover the body. It's still not a guarantee. The only other way to really guarantee it is also in the prompt. Describe the shoes that the subject is wearing. So then when you say full body shot in the beginning, you're saying this is going to be my most important thing, full body shot. And then you combine it with the actual shoes with black and red high heel pumps. It will basically force the AI to create a full body shot. Now, nothing's a guarantee, but it's like 70, 80%, which is very good. So again, you could see the first few. Now, the first one I did wide angle using that authentic shot. And again, just the level of detail in the top right-hand corner, you could see with this prompt how realistic this looks. And this is not even with upscaling. Once you upscale it with Magnific, you're going to be so amazed by how good, which we'll do. But another tip for upscaling an image that already looks realistic like this, I know a lot of people want to just go 4x right away, 8x. That sometimes can have the opposite effect. I always recommend upscaling with the lower end first, 2x, because if you go straight up like 8x right away, it will actually have a bad effect sometimes on a good close-up image like this. So always start a little bit lower. And again, here are the other ones we get right here. You can see again how good these images look. Now, when I did that same exact prompt, now in the aspect ratio where it's more vertical, you could still see how realistic they look. Now, these would be good for lip sync videos. Maybe this one would. But again, to be safe, it's always better if they're maybe a little bit further back. So I would recommend at the top. Now, again, you can see here, I got full body shot, but not all of them. So what you would do next is, so like this last one, it's still full body, but she's not standing. So 50%, these are waist up. So what you would do is I would remove with black and red high heel pumps in the top left-hand corner. I'm going to remove that and put that more towards the front of the prompt. Okay. And then maybe I would say woman standing up.
Eric, one question.
Yep.
I think that maybe because I'm thinking of the when I'm also using the tool, because for some users we have the AI prompt option in the prompt bar selected. It normally also kind of reinterprets the prompts a little bit. So
Great
maybe
point.
when you're working with it unlocked, it's like working on the kind of super focused version. And also, my colleagues are telling me that we have a few questions on the chat so far.
Yep.
And yes, we're going to be sharing all the info on the links that Eric is sharing with you on the chat. Some of them have already been shared, or some of them are also going to be. The rest of the info, if you by any means are watching this live stream a bit afterwards, are going to be on our Discord server. So the Freepik Discord server is going to have all the info there. And some people are asking if we're going to be giving some credits. We might have. You will have to stay till the very end to figure it out. And for people who are signing up today and are digging about any discounts, I think that we have some discounts if you're getting your annual subscription. But also, we have the affiliate link of Eric available for all of you to kind of get your licenses there as well. And I think that you're getting a bit of a discount if you're getting it through it. And it's also like a good way to also support the people who are in our affiliate program. So I think that so far we've got that, and I'm giving the mic back to you.
Oh, yeah, I'm so glad you said that, because I do. That's a great feature, by the way, and you could see it did work. So I'm glad you caught that, because I always do. A lot of times I do like to put this on the AI prompt, because I feel like it's one of the best out there for the guidance. So you're right. Now you can see though, 100%. So thank you for pointing that out. Now with these, you can see that, yeah, these are all going to be full body shots, which is perfect. So good catch there. So with that said, I would look at a few of these, and the one on the right-hand side would be perfect. Let me go ahead and expand this one. This would be a great starting point for like starting with a AI video, because the lip movement and the accuracy is usually going to work best with an image like this. But remember, the key thing is, what if like you did it and it's vertical, but you want an ultimately widescreen angle? Well, that's where the tool Expand comes in so handy, because in my opinion, one of the most impressive things in Freepik is going to be, I mean, there's so many things, but the editing tools, but even Expand is so helpful, because and that's why this prompt is so good too, because you can do a couple things with it. You can remove the background easily. The AI and Freepik's remove background tool is perfect for this too, because it's so easy to pull the subject away and make it transparent. Because then if you're using like an editing tool, then you could put like an ocean behind her and remove that black background. So the prompt, and then with Expand and also remove background, that combination is hard to beat. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll use Expand, and now I can make it that 16:9. So now we're going to do a few things to where we're getting exactly what we wanted. So we wanted the full body shot. The best way to get it is to use a 9:16 aspect ratio vertical. But now with Expand, we can get our end goal, full body shot, but now we're going to get also a widescreen 16:9 angle. So with that selected, all you have to do is just click expand, and then right away we're going to get like options down here at the bottom, and then there we have it. Like as I hover over each one, you can just find one that looks good. Now, if you notice, like on this first one here, let me see if it's not perfect, and that's probably my fault. I probably should, you could drag it to make it fit more flush, but let's just say, for an example, this one is perfect right here. I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and now with this saved, download it, and now that is a great starting point to use for an AI video. So now we're gonna have everything that we need. I'm gonna go over into video, or just click on the image here. And with the image selected, I'm now gonna go ahead and create a video, and this will be used as my reference. Now, I love using Kling 1.6 Pro and also Google Veo2 right now. I love the way the videos are turning out. We'll just go ahead and go with that prompt, and we'll start with Kling. We'll do it in both, and then we'll see just what sort of results we'll get for each. So I'll do it in Kling, and then I'll do it in Veo2, and we'll have both going at the same time. And then from there, the ultimate goal is, once that's done, we'll go ahead and create the lip sync portion of it, which, since this takes a couple of minutes, the other thing that we'll use is we'll go to AI voice. And now I've been so impressed with the music, not only the music, but the voiceovers, like the voices, how fast, and the level of the level of like accuracy that we're going to get. So as I click in some of these, you can already see on the right hand side I have multiple scripts going, but I use this all the time. And so let's just say, for an example, let me go ahead and press play.
That's fire. This is incredible.
Can you hear that? Oh,
That's fire. This is incredible. That's amazing.
so
Wow.
let's just say, let me do one down here. Here we go.
A prompt generator is a prompt that generates prompts. Confused? Well, don't worry, you won't be.
So all you have to do, what I would usually do, and we'll do this when we do our voice, is first of all, there's so many languages and so many models to choose from. So I just filter it, English, but not only English, you can go with different, accents, Australian, British, Canadian, etc. So I have a few of my favorites. Like I love one called Kendra Blake right here. And then there's another one called Taylor, I think Taylor Morgan. I think they sound so good. And so I usually stick to those, especially if you have a specific character, which I know in the last inspiring session, you learned how to do characters and stuff, which is perfect. So when it comes to that, once the video is done, let's see, here's the first one done in Veo2. Okay, so the video turned out well, but again, it removes her face. So it might not be the best for lip sync, and that's okay. I almost wanted this to show you a good example of why. Now the video looks great, but that's where that prompt is going to come in so handy. So now after you do a test like that and you say, oh man, that might not work out good for voice, then just change up the prompt a little bit, or redo it again, and then make sure, maybe if you don't use a dolly zoom in, it will do a better job keeping the face in there. So you could say something like static shot or something like that, or establishing shot, or try something like that. Which, speaking of which, in the database, there will also be some AI video prompts that you could try for yourself to use. But also, there is a new one I just added, and it's called Tips, Guides, and Templates. So this is something that's going to be so helpful for you to reflect back on, specifically when it comes to video. There's templates you could use and different specific camera angles and movements that you definitely want to try. So that's it. Once that's done, just to show, let's just see what would happen if I did lip sync, even though it kind of zooms in. I'll just apply a lip sync and we can just test it, because I know we're getting close to time. But the end goal is to ultimately, what I like to do is get the video, use expand, get an accurate lip sync, then add a sound effect. You could add everything, then add a sound effect, and then from there upscale with a recent update, then upscale the final video. So you're going to get everything done at one time. And there's no other tool out there that can do like everything like this. So the upscaling portion of it, the upscaling of the video, the sound effect, and the voice is just the icing on the cake, to where you really never have to leave Freepik to get what you're wanting. So I might have, let's see, if I go.
Oh, the tool is being tricky, no?
It could just be me because I have so many windows open, but let me see here.
Yeah, maybe because what you mentioned, because it wasn't like a very specific phase, like lip sync, it's a bit experimental. But
That's, yep.
The Kling video is done, so maybe that one is
Perfect. Yeah. Still, we'll try this one, even though it's still, I should have looked at the prompt, but yeah, we'll try it anyway. Add lip sync. Let's see. We'll try this one. And again, yeah, I think you're right with, it's actually a good example. So if I look at the prompt, if I would have to remove next time, I would have to remove probably a smooth dolly shot. But instead of that, I would just say, you could just say static image, or just say woman, full body shot was walking forward. Very, very basic. When it comes to video prompts, sometimes they can get too creative. Sometimes simplicity, focus on the camera movement, is going to work the best. So let's see here. Let's see here. If I do a filter and I go to lip sync, here's a great example I just did. Same exact thing I did earlier. We'll take a look at this one. Let's see.
Hello, thank you very much for joining the session today.
So even though that one's still dollying, the most important thing is the accuracy of the lip movement and everything like that. But once that one is done, again, like I said before, you could you can reuse it, and now you can even add other things. Like I can apply a sound effect.
Hello, thank you very much for joining the session.
Like if she was walking forward, you would just say like footsteps on you would just maybe footsteps on a wooden floor. That way you're almost guaranteed to get like those loud steps. And the sound effect generation is so accurate. Let me see if I did one before. Let's see. And that was another one I wanted to test out to see if I uploaded a lip sync portion of a music video, and she actually got it pretty good here too. Like that's just the intro of a song, and you can see that's another creative thing you could do. So another thing, so like if you could find any song that has any form of vocals in the AI music portion, you could do that and create like a short musical video and intro. And I know we're kind of, depending on how long the video is, 10 seconds on some. In order to get it like a longer version, you would just have to cut the certain parts of the song up and then just do a few different videos. But I was pretty impressed with the level of accuracy, even with a song as well. Is there anything else, Sophia, you wanted to bring up? Because I know I want to be sensitive to the time. I know I'm trying to cram a lot in, but any questions or anything that
I think that we agree on time. I'm actually like so hypnotized by all the tips and all the info that you're sharing. Like it's a lot to digest, but it's super exciting, everything that you're sharing. I think that we have a few questions on the chat. Somebody has asked about different languages that we have. Some people are asking for Catalano, which is a language in Spanish. I think that we do not have it. Not sure if there's a specific reason, but we will surely dig into it and see if we can include it. If there's any specific demands on certain languages that we should include, be sure to drop your comments in our Discord server so we can see it with the team. Another question, your video is very helpful and I will definitely give these tips a try. Thank you for sharing such valuable information and we truly appreciate the support and guidance you're providing to creators. So people are happy with your session, Eric. Spectacular Airtable, love the database. With these tools, my AI movies will be so much better. And also that there's no need to navigate between the 4 tools. So like you can really do the workflow from the image itself. Awesome database. And can we do one example shot of a close-up shot? I don't know if you're up for the challenge of that one.
A close-up shot of a video or
One example shot of a close of one. Can we do one example shot on a close-up shot? So it would be like with the close-up of a face, one of the images that you generated before. Maybe we can try
Sure.
and go.
Yeah, of course.
They're actually super nice when it comes to the textures and the realism that you share. Like this is amazing without upscaling. So it's like I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's with upscale without upscaling. So you want to see an example of a video or upscaled or what?
Yeah, I think that in the chat they commented about animating this and doing
Okay.
I think
Yep.
not sure. But yeah, we can give it a go if
Let's just see how it looks. Yeah. And I look at so you got the close-up shot, right? So it gently zooms in to highlight her face. Okay, we'll try this one. We'll do it in veiled. I'll also do Kling as well. So it's a little bit faster just to see. Pro. Let's see. Those are like my two go-tos right now. Yeah, I do. Let me see here. I do have one. Now I'll show you an example I did the other day that's like so impressive. Let's see here. That was in Kling. I think I did it in Kling. Yeah. Okay, so this one I did, which I did this one yesterday. But this was with Kling 1.6 Pro again, and this one was done with no reference image. So this is just prompt by itself. But the reason why this one really impressed me so much is because the prompt was very simple. It was just a Viking woman warrior lost in a cyberpunk world. Two completely different genres coming together. But the thing that impressed me about this was just the level of detail. Especially using the word cyberpunk. Sometimes I know AI video models can struggle, but it got it right because if you look at the buildings, there's moving videos, and then we have a little drone. But the thing that impressed me was the movements on the screens in the cyberpunk buildings. So it does do very well with like very detailed prompts as well, to where it can understand that like a cyberpunk world actually has a lot of details it needs to involve in the video. So, but with these right here, let's see, this one should be done.
Also, one trick that I normally do when using the prompt bar on the video version, so the one that you have right here, I will normally delete it and we'll write like a super simple prompt, maybe like a static shot of a woman, and then I will click on the icon of the wand underneath. And what it will do is like improve my prompt as well. So sometimes it happens to me what you mentioned, like the prompt that I get is not perfect, but I will type like the specifics of what I want. So like a static shot and the woman is blinking and smiling, for example, and then it will get like boosted with the wand option. So I normally do that a lot because it's like super useful.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because that's a great strategy, because sometimes less is more. So like I just did some what you recommended, but then I use the magic wand button. Yeah. And I think that's a great strategy, because I think sometimes when you prompt for images versus prompting for video, images can be great. A lot of good details if done right, but for video, if you can use the same prompts, but if it's too long and too descriptive, the video might not turn out as well. It might do better, like what Sophia said, simplicity at first, and then maybe hitting that enhanced magic wand button. But let's see. Okay, we still have one's done. Okay.
Yeah, people are asking in the chat about doing like the image to video to lip sync. So bear with us. We're giving it a go. Like when we start queuing up a bunch of things, and I normally say that at this time around, like half of the other side of the world is waking up. So sometimes you will get like the queue on generating video with Veo2 and everything is a bit tricky.
Yeah. I have a few. Like I did this one the other day too. I think this did a great job. Now this was done with also Kling, but the image, this was image first, generated the image in Mystic, but look, she blinks in the very beginning, and then the movement, and then the thing that impressed me the most is like that little subtle lip movement, but the fingers staying right there. And if you can remember, like even last year, like now you're not really getting any more like 7 fingers on one hand, or I mean every once in a while, but not much like we used to like a year ago, where that was the distortion was hard. But
and I think that one of the key things that also happens nowadays with video is like, for example, her hair is like consistent. Like you will see like strands of hair disappearing when you're zooming in a character, and now it's like
Yeah. Like this one was done. This one was done with the same prompt, so the same workflow, so it's close up. But yeah, like you just mentioned, if you look at the hair strands, so like even when her head pulls away, you can see there's like it's like gently blowing in the wind. And then what's crazy about it is that you still have in the blurred background, you could still see the waves collapse like going against the rock. So I'm like, it's pretty impressive.
oh yeah.
You know, the level of detail. It's like those small little things is what like really is impressive to me. So, but yeah, I mean, luckily I had a lot of those and already generated. One of the most important ones are like, let me see, fine, I'll have another close-up shot that did very well. One of my favorite ones is using, like if you want to do an advertisement, do an image and then using like Flux or Mystic to generate some text. And then you can have it moving in the video. Okay, looks like one was done. Let's see. Oh, here it is. This one? Okay, let's take, okay, this is Kling. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so good. And then again, like you can even upscale that one, which let me look at it one more time. Like the earring that you can see the earrings kind of waving.
Yeah.
Is she? Yeah, the pupils, like like it's crazy how you can see like her pupils, the detail of that. And so, and then when you upscale it, it just takes it to a whole nother level. So lip sync this one.
I think that this specific kind of cropping of the frame is good for lip sync.
Oh, you mean like for one like this? Well,
Yeah, for example, like if it's like a very super close, is it better than when there's a bit of air in between the character, or what are your thoughts on it?
I think a super close-up one like this doesn't do as good as a job when it's a little further back for now. Let's see. The reason why I've noticed is because I think sometimes when the head's cropped off, like you'll get like some facial movement, but then like the hair will stay, it'll look kind of awkward, or the lip syncing, there might be a little blurriness around their lips for some reason.
Yeah.
And I just think because AI video just in general is so new, but I mean that will be fixed very quickly. Let's see here.
Yeah, also the lip sync tool that we are offering here at Freepik, we still have it tagged under experimental, because we know that there's like some videos will look amazing, and then in some other videos it will be like kind of nightmare footage. So that's why we're kind of tagging it as experimental yet.
That's a good point. Yeah, good point. But it's still like I think this one. See this the regular one, and here's the lip sync one. Maybe here we go. Or is it still?
Might be still loading.
Yeah, might be still. All right, here we go. Let's see. Lip sync.
The tool knows it's being watched, and that's why it's kind of going all over the place.
Okay, I'll refresh it. Because I know we have like a lot going at the same time. So let's see. Lip sync, expand. Okay, now let's try. Oh, so this other one was done though. This one was done, Sophia, using your method, and look how good this actually turned out too. To where, yeah, she does yeah, look at that. That was great. That simple prompt using that magic wand, and then you said in the beginning, blinking and smiling. So now you go from more of like she's still just gently moving to more of like movement with the smiling and eye movement and eye blinking. Yeah. So yeah, and then that's the other one. I think we did.
Yeah, we did one with like the
yeah,
shell and the wand, but they are amazing.
Here we go. Let's see.
Hello, thank you very much for joining the session today.
So you see what I mean? Like, yeah, you see what I mean about the lip.
Thank you very much for joining the session.
So that's the only thing I know, but like it doesn't do that though. Like when you saw the other ones I did, it doesn't do that when it's a little further away. I think it's just right now it's so new, but like it's because it's so close and so detailed.
Yeah, I think that the ones that have like a bit of air, so like the AI knows like the whole thing of the face, it normally works. I think we also have in the tool a bit of an indications underneath. So it's like if it's a front-facing kind of view of the character, it's going to work better. And yeah, but it's experimental. So like we know
Exactly.
these things happen. Also, I think we have a few more questions in the chat. Some people are saying, I haven't tried the video generator, but this video makes me want to use up all my credits. That's like, yeah, we understand. They're also asking if we could add more AI software or tools in the future. So if we're still building like the whole, what Eric mentioned at the beginning, like the whole AI kind of suite to have like editing tools for image, video, audio, and everything. So if there's a specific thing that you're kind of missing on it, like do share it with us. They're saying also, is it possible to create a consistent character facial feature with a different emotion? Definitely, yeah. I don't know your take on the characters that we can build with our tool, Eric, but I think that different emotions are definitely a reality with that.
For sure. For
I have,
sure.
I have to confess that most of my kind of LinkedIn pictures nowadays are done with my character on Freepik. So like I'm past taking pictures at this point. So yeah, as long as your data set of images or selfies, if it's your character, is very kind of versatile. So it's you crying, you're smiling, you're like with very extreme facial expressions. It's gonna be easy to have consistency on the character and different expressions. But if it's just like the kind of Instagram selfie pose in all of the images in the dataset, you're gonna have like that bias on your images. But yeah, it's great with versatile emotions.
Yeah, it is. I think like here's one of my characters I got, and these are all done in Freepik. So yeah, so this is my first character here, and so yeah, a few of these do have different emotions, or like I'll have her wearing like sunglasses. I have her holding a pen. But yeah, there's some to where I'll say like in a prompt, use a prompt like if you want emotions like crying, and then if you use this, for some reason this works so well, tears rolling down his or her cheeks, like it really does a good job, especially if you're using that prompt I shared where it's like the editorial style one. The level of detail, you can really see like the streaks of tears and then the streak and then the main drop. It's pretty impressive when you say that.
We have another question, which is in Freepik we train lore as a private or it's public access. So everything that you train as a user on Freepik, it's gonna be private by default. So every single thing that you generate or train, whether it's a character, an object, or a style, it's gonna be only accessible for you. And it's also not retraining the original models. So we guarantee that it's also going to be like an output kind of version. No? So you train your character and your character is not training the model, but the assets that you're getting through it are custom and are unique. No? And then they have consistency with whatever you have trained. And this works both for styles and for everything, and also for the video generation that you might create. So for example, here, Freepik, Eric's feed is completely private. We're just happy to be seeing what you have in the store in it, but it's not retraining or it's not available for anybody else rather than his user.
Which I think that's what we can use the is it community, or I can share all of these with
yeah,
you can public, yeah.
Whatever image. And I don't know if you also have like a community profile now that I think of it. You probably
yeah, I do. Yeah, I need to add more to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you are generating an image, and let's say that you have one that you like, you can click on a publish to the community option, and that means that that specific image is going to be available for the rest of the community on the Freepik AI tool, which is basically when you enter freepik.com/Picasso, that we have like a bunch of super cool images that you can get inspired from or see the prompts that other people are creating. So yeah, that's the only option to kind of make public the content that you generate on your account.
Yeah, I'll start doing that. One more quick tip. Now, this prompt is in the database as well, but sometimes if you just say something like this to like a LLM like ChatGPT, if you're having a hard time capturing a really realistic style prompt to really get that realism, you can just type in this very simple prompt. It's in the Airtable base. And But it's basically saying, think about the most beautiful immersive image, and then you instruct the AI to provide you with an example and what to use. What you would do is then take some of these keywords out of the examples, and you could even say, give me 10 more examples, and then just start copying and pasting the adjectives and keywords you're getting and start incorporating those in your prompts. That's honestly how I was able to get that combination of using fashion model, professional photo shoot, editorial, all in one prompt. That's how I was able to get like these those really good images we were using earlier.
Amazing. So yeah, I think that we had like a lot to process after this session. Like you shared so many useful tips, tricks. Your database is like amazing. It feels like, you know, a forbidden thing that we just found, and it's like full of secrets and useful things to do. So thank you a lot for sharing it with us or with everybody who watched this session. I had a great time. I feel like I learned a lot. I'm super hopeful that the rest of the people who were watching also enjoyed it a lot. We're gonna be sharing, for all of you who made it till this very end, till the end of the session with us, we're gonna be sharing an exclusive code in our Discord server that you can get access to everything that Eric shared on Freepik for 48 hours. If you're a free user, I would say run right now for that code and you're gonna be testing everything that we saw here. We're also gonna be sharing your database there as well, and also your affiliate link for everybody who's considering getting a license. And I think that, yeah, that's all on our side. We had a blast. I had a blast. Thank you so much, Eric, for joining us today, especially after the tricky first session that we had last week.
I know, yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, I thank you so much. Thanks to everybody who's watching. We'll be seeing each other in the next inspiring session that will most likely take place next month. We'll be sharing all the info and the details when the time comes. And it was great spending this afternoon with you.
Same, likewise. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.